Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Jose Manuel Sicat, kalihim ng kolehiyo. Samahan niyo po kami ngayong hapon sa ating virtual na pagdiriwang ng Tanglaw ng Sining ng Kolehiyo ng Sining Biswal sa ika-31 taon ngayong pang-akademikong taon na 2020 hanggang 2021. Ang tema ng taong ito ay Alab at Alay bilang simbolo sa pagkilala sa katatagan ng kaguruan, kawani at mga mag-aaral ng Kolehiyo ng Sining Biswal sa patuloy nating pagharap sa mga pagsubok sa panahon ng pandemya. Ang apoy na ginuhit gamit ang digital pixel na siyang sentral na imahe ng palatuntunang ito ay bilang pagpupugay sa mga magsisipagtapos na nakipagtunggali sa isang buong taon sa kakaibang hamon ng online learning at ang kanilang masigasig na pagsalubong sa mga oportunidad ng digital world. Ang mga artistang scholar ng bayan, maalab na inaalay ang sarili.
Sa ngalan ng bumubuo ng Kolehiyo ng Sining Biswal, malugod kong binabati ang lahat na magsisipagtapos.
Mula sa programang Masterado ng Sining Biswal, isang ligtas at makabuluhang pagbati para sa lahat ng magsisipagtapos.
Pagbati at pagpupugay sa lahat ng magsisipagtapos sa programang Batsilyer sa Sining Biswal para sa pintura, Batsilyer sa Sining Biswal para sa eskultura, Sertipiko sa Sining Biswal para sa pintura, Sertipiko sa Sining Biswal para sa eskultura, at kawaksing programa sa Sining Biswal sa studio.
Pagbati at pagpupugay sa mga magsisipagtapos sa programang Batsilyer sa Sining Biswal para sa Komunikasyong Biswal, Sertipiko sa Sining Biswal para sa Komunikasyong Biswal, kawaksing programa sa Sining Biswal para sa Komunikasyong Biswal.
Malugod kong binabati ang lahat na magsisitapos sa programang Batsilyer sa Sining Biswal para sa Disenyong Pang-Industriya at sa Sertipiko sa Sining Biswal para sa Disenyong Pang-Industriya.
Magbigay-pugay po tayong lahat para sa pambansang awit ng Pilipinas, ang Lupang Hinirang.
Good afternoon, Chancellor Michael Tan, Chancellor Fidel Nemenzo, members of the College Executive Board, our guests, parents, fellow faculty, CFA admin staff, and of course, our graduating batch 2021, ang mga artista at scholar ng bayan. I am pleased to welcome everyone to Tanglaw ng Sining, the College of Fine Arts Candlelight Recognition Ceremony. The Tanglaw ng Sining for school year 2020-2021 is unique because we honor not only the CFA graduating batch, but also our retired faculty and staff, as well as our dear friends, colleagues, and faculty who passed away during the pandemic. We also recognize the community pantry and the brave initiative of our former student, Ana Patricia Patreng Non. It is with great honor and pride that we celebrate the College of Fine Arts graduating batch of 2021. This is historically the first batch of graduates to have completed more than a full academic year in a remote setup. I cannot overstate the difficulty of the hurdles you have overcome. You were faced with the challenges of our times, adjusting to online classes, dealing with financial constraints, anxieties, and even the loss of loved ones. As a college, we also faced red tagging and the threats and fears that come with this. And yet, despite all of these, you are here today, joining the graduating class of 2020-2021. You made the choice to be here and did not give up. You kept studying, submitting projects, and above all, maintained a brave sense of hope despite everything you had to face. Hope tells us to keep going, to keep moving up. It takes both courage and creativity to keep your hope alive, especially when the conditions we live in today make optimism so difficult. Hope allows us to imagine a better time with better versions of ourselves and encourages us to build these visions into reality. We celebrate what you have become during your time as a CFA student and what you are still capable of becoming. As Ed Helms said, don't be afraid of fear because it sharpens you, it challenges you, it makes you stronger. And when you run away from fear, you also run away from the opportunity to be your best possible self. Our theme is Alab and Alay, to kindle and inspire, to dedicate and to offer. The lighting of the candle is a symbol of illumination and enlightenment. It means that light radiates outward to reach out to the world and gives life to others through their guiding light. This hopeful spirit that burns brightly inside all of you has guided and driven you to this milestone. It will continue to do so, not only for yourselves, but for others. The burning light that you have kindled, despite storms and rough winds, is ready to be shared to make a difference in this world. I believe Patreng Non is an excellent example of Alab and Alay. The community pantry is built on both ingenuity and compassion and is proof that the fires within ourselves, even as individuals, can set the nation ablaze with change for the better. They guide and warm those who most need it and protect from those who threaten what we value. To quote Edith Wharton, there are two ways of spreading light: to be the candle or the mirror that reflects it. I have deep faith that the graduates of 2021 will find their own way on what it means to offer their fire and light for others. Dear parents, thank you very much for the never-ending support you have given your children. This is also your special day and your achievement as well. Congratulations. Thank you to the CFA faculty and staff for your guidance and support. Congratulations at mabuhay kayo, mga artista at scholar ng bayan. Maraming salamat. Padayon.
Ang panauhing pandangal sa taong ito ng Tanglaw ng Sining ay si Professor Emeritus at ang ika-10 Chancellor ng UP Diliman, si Dr. Michael Tan. Nagtapos si Chancellor Tan ng Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, Master of Arts in Anthropology sa Texas A&M University at doctoral degree in Anthropology mula sa University of Amsterdam. Sa labas ng akademya, kilala si Chancellor Tan sa kanyang column sa Philippine Daily Inquirer na Pinoy Kasi. Malaon nang kinikilala ang kanyang kontribusyon sa panulatan. Ilan sa kanyang natanggap na parangal ay Best Column on Children mula sa United Nations, Children's Fund at Philippine Press Institute. Rizal Outstanding Chinese Filipinos Award for Literature and Journalism mula sa Manila Times at Kaisa Foundation. Gawad Pambansang Alagad ni Balagtas mula sa Union ng mga Manunulat sa Pilipinas at 2 beses bilang Best Opinion Column mula sa Catholic Mass Media Award. Naging bahagi ng UP Diliman si Chancellor Tan noong 1998 hanggang 2001 bilang direktor ng Anthropology Field School. Nagirin siyang tagapamuno ng Departamento ng Antropolohiya sa Kolehiyo ng Agham Sining at Pilosopiya mula 2001 to 2010. Affiliate faculty ng Bioethics Program, isang magkasalong program ng KSSP at Kolehiyo ng Medisina. Affiliate faculty ng Philippine Tri-College Program ng UPD, affiliate faculty ng Kolehiyo ng Agham, at clinical professor ng Kolehiyo ng Medisina sa UP Manila mula 2005. Nagsilbi si Chancellor Tan sa kanyang ikalawang termino bilang dekano ng KSSP nang siya ay napiling maging Chancellor ng UP Diliman noong 2013. Mga kaibigan, si Professor Emeritus Dr. Michael Tan.
Pagbati mo na, magandang araw sa lahat dito sa Kolehiyo ng Sining Visual. Pagbati kay Dekana at mga kaguruan, the very dedicated faculty, at ang mga nakadedicate din sa mga estudyante, ang mga staff natin. Marami tayong mga guests, although lahat kayo ay nasa bahay, mga mahal ninyo sa buhay, mga magulang, lolo at lola, tita at tita. I'm sure lahat ay naka-assemble sa living room, pati na rin ang aso't pusa, pagbati din sa kanila. No? And of course, the stars of the day, ang mga magsisipagtapos ngayon, our students. No? I thought about how I would start, no? And I thought na maybe the best way, especially nung nakita kong setup dito, it's good to be home again. No? I think some of you are aware na ang unang kolehiyo ko dito sa UP Diliman ay itong lugar. Pero hindi pa siya College of Fine Arts, siya ay College of Vet Med. No? I have many memories of veterinary medicine. And of course, lumipat naman sa Los Baños. No? But even when Fine Arts came in, I would come frequently and walk around. No? And memories are very important. At nakita natin ito nung pandemic nga, that many of us survived, no, on memories. No? And this is where I realized na napakahalaga nga ang mga sining visual in terms of responding sa mga krisis sa buhay natin. No? What would we do if we were not surrounded by all the creative productions that people from fine arts have? No? I found comfort in the paintings at home, in the sculptures. No? I found comfort too in all your productions in the internet. No? I found a lot of solace, no, from the many pieces of pottery. No? Soaking ako dito. No? I'm completely surrounded by pots and mugs and cups, no? All of which remind me about life in UP, but more importantly, ang life natin sa Pilipinas. No? So where would we be without the College of Fine Arts? No? And we know, of course, it's more than memory. No? Ang napakahalaga din sa mga College of Fine Arts students, no? I realized I was missing the Lantern Parade. No? And I miss the Lantern Parade because it's always an occasion na nagpipick up kayo sa mga mahalagang issue ng bayan. No? And of course, hindi naman kayo nagkulang during the pandemic nga. I knew and I supported the Fab Lab projects na nag-ano kayo ng mga protective equipment kaagad, no? And I know that one of you here who is not yet graduating but one of your star students, si Patring, put up a community pantry, no? And I'm sure marami pang mga ibang projects ang mga estudyante dito, no? That went beyond fine arts but still finds basis in your commitment nga to creativity, but creativity na hindi lutang, no? Kundi nakaugat nga sa mga pangangailangan ng bayan, no? Napakaganda ang tema ninyo, no? Alay at alab, no? Or rather alab at alay, no? At naisip ko nga na without the works of art that you have been producing, no? Mahirapan tayo bilang bayan kung wala ngang alab, no? Kasi ang alab ay galing sa inspirasyon, no? Kung walang alab, walang sisiklab, no? We need all of your artwork here to ignite the imagination, to get us to move forward, no? It has been tough, no? But I know that you have been able to overcome many of the obstacles. Pero ibang klase pa rin, no? Someday you will tell future generations about how you manage, no? And you will be proud, no? That you never wavered in trying to do what needed to be done. So alab at alay nga, no? Alab, pakadagdagan ko, adhika, no? We have many aspirations which do not come around unless we have that alab that comes from our heart, no? So mabuhay kayong lahat. Ayokong gamitin na artista ng bayan kasi kaldaw yan, ano? So mabuhay ang mga manlilikha ng bayan. Magandang araw sa inyong lahat.
Kinikilala ng kolehiyo ng sining biswal ang walang katumbas na kontribusyon ng mga kaguruan at kasamahang nagretiro ngayong taon. Parangal at pagpupugay kay Professor Roberto Bob Fileo. Si Professor Fileo ay mula sa kagawaran ng sining sa studio. Tumatak na sa kasaysayan ng sining biswal ang mga natatanging obra ni Professor Fileo na tumatangkilik at nagpapalawak ng kwentong bayan at folklore ng Pilipinas. Si Professor Fileo ay nagretiro ng ika-10 ng Setyembre 2019. Pasasalamat sa maraming taon ng pagtanglaw ni Professor Fileo sa ating kolehiyo. Parangal at pagpupugay kay Ginoong Basilio Torres. Mas kilala sa tawag na Kuya Nonoy, si Ginoong Torres ay nagsilbi sa ating kolehiyo bilang kawaning tagapangalaga mula taong 1998 hanggang nitong ika-20 ng Hunyo 2021. Pasasalamat sa maraming taon ng pagtanglaw ni Kuya Nonoy sa ating kolehiyo. Bukod sa talino at talento, ang bukal at taos-pusong paglilingkod sa bayan ay katangiang maipagmamalaki ng mga eskolar ng bayan. Sa panahon ng lubos na kagipitan sa panahon ng pandemya, ang simulain ni Ana Patricia Patrengnon na bumuo ng community pantry ay nagsilbing mitya ng mas malawakang usal ng bayanihan sa buong bansa. Buong pagmamalaking kinikilala ng Kolehiyo ng Sining Biswal ang natatanging kontribusyong ito ni Patrengnon sa larangan ng lingkod bayan. Naway patuloy kang maging huwaran sa mga susunod na henerasyon ng mga artistang eskolar ng bayan.
Pagbati sa inyong lahat na magsisitapos ngayon. Alam ko, hindi naging madali ang inyong mga pinagdaanan para marating ang pagtatapos na ito. Paglabas natin ng universidad, asahan natin na mas mahirap pa ang buhay dahil may pandemya, kulang ang trabaho, at yung kahirapang dulot nito. Sa kabila nito, tayong lahat ay di dapat mawala ng pag-asa na mangarap. Mangarap na nakalapat ang mga paa sa lupa, mangarap para sa sarili at sa bayan. Sana tayong mga magkakaklase at magkakaibigan, tayo pa rin ang magkakasama sa pagpapalaya at pagpapaunlad ng ating lipunan. Makabulahang buhay para sa ating lahat. Mabuhay po kayo.
The Alab ng Sining Award is bestowed upon exemplary alumni of the College of Fine Arts whose body of work excels as an aspirational standard for you, our graduates, the next generation of artists who have chosen to dedicate your lives to the propagation of the visual arts. To Leonardo da Vinci, the eye is the natural point through which enter and pass the images of our hemisphere, together with those of all the heavenly bodies. To quote Da Vinci, it is the eye that guides human discourse to considering divine things. Here the figures, here the colors, here all the images of every part of the universe are contracted to a point. The body of work of this year's Alab ng Sining awardee, Mr. Romeo Gacad, brings to life Da Vinci's sense of wonder. His photographs encapsulate the depth and breadth of his vision using his tool, the camera. Mr. Gacad fuses technological skill with his unique eye for the plight of human suffering, for moments of struggle, triumph, and the subtleties of life in between. The depth of sensitivity that he is able to express through visual poetry in the play of light captured by his camera epitomizes how a mechanistic or digital tool can bridge an individual's experience with the universal human soul, No matter how divergent the paths we tread, the moments immortalized in his photographs reawaken in us, the viewers, the realization that the journey of humanity is a shared one. So it is with great pride that we present this award to Mr. Romeo Gacad in recognition of his achievements in the field of photography and his remarkable contribution to the field of visual arts.
Using with light captured in time, Romeo Gacad has been our viewfinder for many decades, capturing moments that speak of the breadth and depth of human experience. Through his lens, we have come to understand truths of our humanity, our triumphs and our frailties, and all the subtleties of life in between. Romeo Gacad, viewfinder, truth finder of our time. As a young student studying visual communication at the UP College of Fine Arts, Romeo Gacad's first stint in photojournalism was at the university student newspaper, the Philippine Collegian, in 1978. It was a tumultuous time when rampant human rights violations under the Marcos martial law regime were committed. During this time, Romy covered pro-democracy rallies and demonstrations. His first photo assignment covered the bogus presidential elections of 1981 for the defunct Cultural Review. His photographs would later be featured in Who magazine and several other local publications. In 1984, Romy had his first photo exhibit at Hiraya Gallery. The photos were culled from his series on his hometown, San Miguel, Bulacan, and were featured in the coffee table book Mga Retrato at Recuerdo by poet and national artist Virgilio Almario. Romy combined poetry and politics, conveying a predisposition towards the symbolic and the poetic. By 1985, after working as a stringer for France-based Sigma Picture Agency and Associated Press, Romy had joined Agence France Presse, one of the world's leading global newswire services. To this day, he remains an active part of the organization. The first main highlight in Romy's career was the powerful finish line photo of Ben Johnson and Carl Lewis in the 1988 Summer Olympics in Seoul, Korea. Not just a great study in the contrasting postures of triumph and defeat, the photo also documented the biggest scandal of the Games. The scandal of Johnson being stripped of the gold medal after testing positive for steroid use. The photo earned Romy his first nomination for the prestigious Pulitzer Prize Award in 1989. And in the short essay that accompanied the famous photo, Gacad wrote, "The controversial Ben Johnson in a self-proclaiming pose is permanently frozen in the photograph, but he does not exist in the official 1988 Olympic records. His eyes will always remind you of the price he had to pay." For Romy, the role of artists is to contribute to the awareness of what is going on around us. The ultimate purpose of photojournalism is to enlighten the public. Without sacrificing content and composition, he does this unobtrusively, capturing moments and exposing truths within the frozen stills of shadow and light. A man of discipline, Romy is described by his colleagues as a thinking photographer. To prepare for his assignments, Romy tries to learn as much as he can about the history, culture, and politics of the place he is assigned to in order to gain a deeper understanding of the environment. For Romy, respect for one's subject is vital. Often, his photos are described as poetic, insightful, perceptive, emotive. He says, "It always happens when I develop a sense of respect for the people. When this rapport occurs, my pictures also become emotional." As an AFP photographer, Romy has covered 3 U.S. wars: the 1991 Gulf War, the 2001 war in Afghanistan, and the 2003 invasion of Iraq. Embedded as a photojournalist in the U.S. Army to document conflict zones, Romy understood the importance of his work in revealing reality past any propaganda. For him, an Iraqi soldier and an American soldier are the same. Both are human beings. In doing his work, he is mindful of the power photographs have in telling the truth and influencing public opinion. And when public opinion changes, the government will have to change. For Romy, covering conflict zones as a photojournalist is not only war and bloodshed, but hope for world peace. Like Rizal using his pen to liberate and Francis M. using his music to promote love for the motherland, I am trying to contribute with my photography to the understanding of what is going on around us. In journalism, a photographer has no control over the subject and the elements that go into a photograph. One must be alert, ready for the right shot to present itself. One particular instance was the moment he photographed the Mujahideen atop a boulder. When his jeep was stopped at a checkpoint, Romy decided to get off and take some photos. Suddenly, a Mujahideen came down from a bunker to watch B-52 planes bomb a nearby Al-Qaeda position. Romy was able to take 6 shots of the Mujahideen against the early morning light. This particular photo would land on the cover of the December 2001 issue of Time magazine. Later, that same photo would earn Romy his second Pulitzer Prize nomination. His fascination with the camera started at the age of 16 when he borrowed his brother's Minolta Highmatic rangefinder. Since that moment, Romy has looked at the world and searched for its truths through a camera's viewfinder. His photographs have appeared on the cover of Time, Newsweek, and many other international publications. Throughout his career, Romy has been at the forefront, covering national and international historic events. Now based in Thailand as the AFP chief photographer, Romy continues to practice his craft. Asked how he would like to be remembered, he said, "I would like to be remembered as a photojournalist whose photographs told stories that changed lives." The UP College of Fine Arts is proud to present the 2021 Alab ng Sining Award to Mr. Romeo Gacad.
Taos-pusong pasasalamat sa UP College of Fine Arts para sa gawad ng Alab ng Sining Award. Isa po itong malaking karangalan para sa akin at aking mga anak na si Ina, Bianca at Raha at sa aking mahal na pamilya. I am deeply grateful to all my teachers when I entered as a freshman student for visual communications in 1976. Their mentoring has given me a strong foundation on creativity, creating concept, idea, execution, and aesthetics. Although I am poor in my anatomy class with the late Professor Valentino, I gave my best. I can fondly recall the day when Professor Roberto Chabet gave us a very challenging assignment. He made students draw using pencil with their left hand for the right-handed and vice versa. Gave my best effort and finally did well to sketch my right hand in different poses. Surprising that the left hand have different line characters compared with my right hand. It was a great surprise. Noli Garalde's dark room became my favorite place. Took a lot of photos, develop and print pictures in black and white. I spent more time in the darkroom. It was an amazing place for me. I explored UP campus and asked my classmates who were happy enough to pose for photos. Professor Roger Pagarigan's production class were all done with clear overlays, each with properly measured registration marks, when all these are easily done by desktop and tablets now. This creative foundation greatly helped me in my nearly 50 years experience in photography, from an amateur, being a staff photographer for the Philippine Collegian, and moving professionally. My career spans a very dramatic period of political changes in our country. We didn't have Facebook and internet in those days. We enjoyed spending time in the library enjoying personal interaction and exchange of views with other students. I live in a very exciting period of great change and transformation brought by the innovation of technology, totally transforming the medium of photography from film, analog, to completely digital. I'm more discerning and more aware of the benefits of the internet and social media and its highly negative impact on our society. I joined Agence France Presse, AFP, an international news agency, in January 1986 as their staff photographer in AFP Manila Bureau, capturing in images the final years of Marcos' 20 years dictatorship come to its end in the historic month of February. New assignments brought me to a lot of countries, covering conflict, aftermath of major disasters, political crisis, international sporting events, and being assigned as a sports photographer for the athletic events in the 5 Olympic Games from Seoul, Barcelona, Atlanta, Sydney, and finally Athens in 2004. I produced one of the most memorable shots of the 1988 Olympics in Seoul, showing the duel to the finish line in the 100 meters event between U.S. sprinters Carl Lewis and Canada's Ben Johnson, who won but was later exposed in a serious doping scandal and stripped of his gold medal. I was sent as a combat photographer for the 2 wars in Iraq in 1991 and in 2003. Then, in 2001 in Afghanistan, when U.S. troops, together with allied countries, to wage war against terror after the 9/11 attack in New York and totally destroying the city's landmark, the Twin Towers. Only few Filipino photographers were deployed as combat cameramen. I share honor with the late Billy Bicoy, who worked with UPI in covering the Vietnam War in 1972. And in December 2001, I was sent to Tora Bora, a dangerous mountain frontier area of Afghanistan close to Pakistan border, where the U.S. troops and Mujahideen searched for Osama bin Laden and destroyed Taliban bases. One of my photo showing a silhouette image of a Mujahideen fighter on Tora Bora became a classic cover of a Time magazine in its December 13, 2001 issue. All throughout the years of my photographic coverage, I applied creative approach in my news image as much as I can, but at the same time, maintain the balance of objectivity as a journalist. I have been with AP for 35 years now. UP's academic excellence combined with progressive thinking and strong social consciousness gave me a direction in my photography where it will serve best. My personal advocacy led me to help people with HIV with a photo exhibit for the Department of Health, help UP doctors raise funds in their Lincoln ER project in UPPG8, serving the poor and the needy patients at the emergency ward, help doctors at the National Orthopedic Hospital raise funds through a photo exhibit for the hospital improvement of its facilities, involved in campaigns in defense of human rights. I was guided by the UP spirit of service to the people. As age caught up, together with serious medical issue, I decided to concentrate on desk job as AFP photo editor for Thailand and Southeast Asia, based in Bangkok since 2017. a highly demanding job as we handle the photographic coverage of the current Myanmar political crisis and the rest of Southeast Asian countries, Cambodia, Laos, Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam. In the 7 years of life, overcoming an abdominal cancer since 2013, creativity has played a big role in my well-being that carried me to move on and on. If I have time, I would like to paint and create an assemblage that would visualize my thoughts on the challenges and the life-changing experience about my hospital confinement, effective cancer management, combining the benefits of medical science and natural ways of healing, total change of lifestyle, and strong spiritual faith. As a creative person, I enjoy more the joys of living. Sincere thanks to Dean Mitzi Marie Aguilar Reyes and the entire UP College of Fine Arts staff for being selected as the recipient for the 2021 Alab ng Sining Award. Mabuhay ang UP College of Fine Arts at ang Universidad ng Pilipinas.
Kinikilala ng Kolehiyo ng Sining Biswal ang mga natatanging mag-aaral na may nakamit na parangal mula sa mga pambansang paligsahan sa sining. Sa pagkamit ng parangal bilang finalist mula sa 53rd Shell Hope in Art National Students Art Competition, pagpupugay kina Giles Maverick O. Abac, Mateo D. Cacnyo, Bea Camille B. Cortez, Peter Jerome N. Fulgosino, Ernesto M. Ibanga, Victor Emmanuel Carmelo II P. Nadera, Georgina C. Pomarejos, Noah A. Uichoco, para sa ikatlong gantimpala para sa oil acrylic painting category, pagpupugay kay Giles Maverick O. Abac, Certificate in Painting. Ikatlong gantimpala para sa digital category, pagpupugay kay Victor Emmanuel Carmelo II P. Nadera, Associate in Arts, Visual Communication. At unang gantimpala sa sculpture category, pagpupugay kay Bea Camille B. Cortez, BFA Visual Communication. Sa pagkakamit ng ikalawang gantimpala sa Ribisco Designer Can Competition, muli pagpupugay kay Bea Camille B. Cortez, BFA Visual Communication. Sa pagkamit ng parangal bilang finalist mula sa Art Tablado National Art Competition, pagpupugay kay Emerson B. Ebreo, Associate in Arts, Studio Arts. Sa ngalan ng Kagawaran ng Komunikasyong Biswal, kinikilala ang mga sumusunod bilang pinakamahusay na thesis sa taong ito. Para sa Illustration, Publication, and Graphic Design 1, kinikilala si Gabriela Marta M. Garcia para sa kanyang thesis na Raizo Comics, Exploring Graphic Memoir that depicts personal development of transgender identity to university students in Metro Manila. Para sa Moving Images, kinikilala si Chelsea Villanueva para sa kanyang thesis na Empowering Pinoy Animation. Para sa Illustration, Publication, and Graphic Design 2, kinikilala si Cristina Maria B. Arobio para sa kanyang thesis na Padayon, a study on the development and production of learning materials for lumad children in Bakwit schools during the COVID-19. Para sa visual communication, kinikilala si Vincenzo Franco V. Neri para sa kanyang thesis na Workout from Home. At para sa interactive media, kinikilala si Matthew Elijah T. Crisologo para sa kanyang thesis na Kalanay, the Design and Development of a Digital Visual Catalog of the Kalanay Pottery Complex for High School Students in Metro Manila. Sa ngalan ng programang Disenyong Pang-Industrial, kinikilala ang mga sumusunod bilang pinakamahusay na thesis sa taong ito. Si John Kenneth Q. Dumlao para sa kanyang thesis na Comfort, an adjustable therapeutic footwear for patients with chronic edema and or gout. At si Maria Isabela C. Perez para sa kanyang thesis na The Growing Urn, a portable and biodegradable small animal burial urn for companion animal caregivers living in limited spaces, adapting the livestock mortality composting method as an alternative to traditional burial and cremation. Muli, sa ngalan ng Kolehiyo ng Sining Biswal, binabati namin ang mga natatanging mag-aaral na nagkamit ng iba't ibang parangal sa loob ng kolehiyo, universidad at sa mga pambansang paligsahan. Mabuhay kayo! pagdirilaw ng tanglaw ng sining bilang isang tanglaw at gabay sa magiging daan na ating tatahakin ay pasisimula ng ating dekana, si Professor Mitzi Marie Aguilar Reyes. Kasunod nito ang lahat ng mga kasapi ng lupong tagapagpaganap ng kolehiyo. Mga minamahal na magulang, kaguruan, at lahat ng naririto ngayon sa pagdiriwang na ito. Malagod kong inihaharap sa inyo ang mga magsisipagtapos na may natatanging parangal. Pauline Legaspi Alvarez, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Art History, Magna Cum Laude, 1.216. Amanda Anya Luntok Contreras, Bachelor of Fine Arts Visual Communication, Magna Cum Laude, 1.2738. Andrea Victoria Terona Remulla, Bachelor of Fine Arts Visual Communication, Magna Cum Laude, 1.3231. Maria Norvis Paula Villanueva Gallo, Bachelor of Fine Arts Painting, Magna Cum Laude, 1.3722. Matthew Elijah Tuason Crisologo, Bachelor of Fine Arts Visual Communication, Magna Cum Laude, 1.3837. Anthony Ivy Braga Alcala, Bachelor of Fine Arts Visual Communication, Magna Cum Laude, 1.3895. Cristina Maria Bautista Arobio, Bachelor of Fine Arts Visual Communication, Magna Cum Laude, 1.3913. Vincenzo Franco Villaflor, Neri, Bachelor of Fine Arts Visual Communication, Magna Cum Laude, 1.4166. Katrina Evangelista Buenafe, Bachelor of Fine Arts Visual Communication, Magna Cum Laude, 1.4226. Jose Rolando Galguera Mendoza, Bachelor of Fine Arts Visual Communication, Magna Cum Laude, 1.4268. Jessica Ann Munar Alba, Bachelor of Fine Arts Visual Communication, Cum Laude, 1.4878. Gabriela Marta Mayo Garcia, Bachelor of Fine Arts Visual Communication, Cum Laude, 1.4883. Maria Isabela Claro Perez, Bachelor of Fine Arts Industrial Design, Cum Laude, 1.5. Annabel Rose Pauline Tenco Vivo, Bachelor of Fine Arts Visual Communication, Cum Laude, 1.5523. Caleb Joshua Hoxon Mashon, Bachelor of Fine Arts Visual Communication, Cum Laude, 1.559. Iana Rain So San Juan, Bachelor of Fine Arts Painting, Cum Laude, 1.5639. John Kenneth Kime Dumlao, Bachelor of Fine Arts Industrial Design, Cum Laude, 1.598. Maria Alexandra Enriquez Hugueta, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Painting, cum laude, 1.6153. Bea Camille Baroga Cortez, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Visual Communication, cum laude, 1.6279. Venet Calazan Jimenez, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Visual Communication, cum laude, 1.6369. Nicole Felizardo Mendoza, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Visual Communication, cum laude, 1.6511. River Villanueva Candelaria, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Visual Communication, cum laude, 1.6845. Angela Marie Fajardo Rebueno, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Visual Communication, cum laude, 1.6902. Christian Cholo C. Cardenas, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Painting, cum laude, 1.6923. Annalyn Grace Tapang Robleado, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Visual Communication, cum laude, 1.7215. Jerry Grace Layosa Saltin, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Visual Communication, cum laude, 1.744. Gabrielle Bernadette Sevilla Ramirez, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Visual Communication, cum laude, 1.461.
Pagbati at pagpugay sa nag-iisang magtatapos mula sa programang Masterado sa Sining Biswal. Binibining Maria Patricia Ledesma, kandidato sa pagtatapos nitong kalagitnaan ng taon, pang-akademikong taon 2020 at 2021. Ang kanyang masteradong thesis ay pinamagatang Umbilicus, Exploring the Production of Symbolic Space.
Bachiller ng Painting. Angelo Grace Garcia Amboy. Marcos Xavier Ruiz Aragon. Maria Daniel Luis Gonzalez Berenguer. Kulay Ferrer Ferraris. Nicolo Andre Uy Inocencio. Gabriel Kirsten Tio Justo. Rafael Lawrence Soriano Marcos. Mary Francine Roldan Rivera. Kevin Serdan Rogers. Romina Balan Sanuco. Ava Gabriel Hipolito Tungol. Bachiller ng Sculpture. Leticia Fortuna Francia Meneses. Sertipiko ng Painting. Margo Stefan Manguera Henito. Isabel Francine Estrada Lima. Jo Marie Aguirre Magbanwa. Justine Tiziana Hira Olmedo. Parker Ellis Quison Fee. Georgina Camantes Pomarejos. Sofia Sumagaysay Sotolombo. Kawaksing Programa ng Studio Arts. Joanna Abigail Ferrer Nolasco.
Bachelier sa Sining Visual para sa Komunikasyong Visual. Ilana Teves Antonio. Sabrina Michelle Mata Arroyo. Higin Moreno Busto. Julian Maricon Aguilar Kulhara. Colleen Carol Panganiban de la Cruz. Daniel Rose Canlas Figueroa. Miguel Luis Dr. Flores. Isabel Angeline Cordero Garcia. Alexandra May Carandang Juridico. Sean Kyle De Leon Lalata. Monique Therese Casos Nieva. Tristan Zar Tan Rosete. Jose Maria Wolf Santos. Signa Tolarba Singson. Chelsea Ferris Joaquin Villanueva. Feby Samantha Agrade. Riniela Manliklik Manoloto. Jose Paulo Bermudez Reyes. Sertipiko sa Sining Visual para sa Komunikasyong Visual. Loren Domingo Albornoz. Amadeus Rex Aklan Arguelles. Nadine Monina Yanga Bayon. Aliza Margaret Bonilla Seralde. Maria Isabela Catalina Roldan Concepcion. Ariadne May Soleil Remorque Cruz. Zoe Beatriz
Lipunong Bayan Cruzada. Charlie Nicole Moreno Dialca. Mark Lemuel Fajardo Gonzalez. Francesca Maria Jesusa Asistio Hernandez. Meggy Vera Zenia La Chica Igiron. Princess Nika Rey de los Reyes Havate. Beatriz Angela Carlos Rapusas. Mark Angelica Rivera Rebucas. Elijah Abenojar Silvestre.
Pagbati at pagpugay mula sa Batsilyer sa Sining Biswal para sa disenyong pang-industriya. Rafael Ira de Guzman. Nico Caparaz del Rosario. Jillian Figueroa Dizon. Camille Isabel Reyes Fajardo. Luis Licaros Flores. Matthew Amagna Goho. Jeremiah James Francisco Lazaro. Jocelyn Fernandez Pabellore. Pagbati at pagpugay mula sa sertipiko sa Sining Biswal para sa disenyong pang-industriya. Andre Ali Mejia Chio.
Ligayang pagbati sa lahat ng mga magsisipagtapos at sa mga bagong artista ng bayan. Sana magkita-kita tayo muli very soon.
Dear graduates, I believe that you can achieve whatever you want in life. All you have to do is believe that you can because we believe in you. Maligayang pagtatapos sa lahat ng magtatapos. Congratulations.
Malugod na pagbati sa lahat ng nagsipagtapos. Bagamat nagka-COVID, hindi tayo nagpatinag at tayo ay umusad. So, harapin niyo po ang ating industriya at pakita niyo inyong kahusayan. At tandaan po ang pamantayan ng UP, Honor and Excellence. Padayon.
Congratulations po sa lahat.
Congratulations Batch 2021 sa mga bagong artista ng bayan.
Congratulations, graduates. Hopefully, you're going into the big wide world armed with the values that you have acquired at the UP. Honor and excellence, and a deep love of country. I'm an old man and I may not live to see the society that you will help improve, but my children and my grandchildren will, and for that, I am forever grateful.
Maligayang bati sa inyo lahat. Nakaraos rin kayo sa matinding pagsisikap. Pagpatuloy niyo lang at malayo ang inyong mapupuntahan. At huwag niyo lang kakalimutan ang pagsisikap niyo hindi lang para sa sarili, kundi para rin sa bayan. Dahil lahat tayo ay may pribilehyo at may responsibilidad bilang artista ng bayan. Mabuhay tayong lahat.
Isang mapagpalayang araw sa inyong lahat. Ngayon ay lumaya na kayo sa kolehiyo at haharap sa bagong yugto ng inyong buhay. Ito ay bagong pagsubok sa inyo, magiging masalimuot ito at kailangan ng katatagan. Sa panahon ngayon ng pandemya, maaring mahirapan kayo sa paghahanap ng trabaho. Tulad ng iba, ito ang katotohanang dapat nating maunawaan. Hari naway di ito mangyari sa inyo. Kung mangyari man, dagdagan ng pursige at pasasaan ay makakamit nyo rin ang hinahangad nyo. Yan ang buhay. Ang pagiging matatag sa kabila ng mga pagsubok, alam ko namang kakayanin nyo yan dahil sa husay nyo sa paglikha. Bilang panghuli, pagsilbihan nyo di lamang ang inyong sarili at mga mahal sa buhay, kundi ang ibang tao. Kayo ay mga nilalang para sa iba. Muli ay binabati ko kayo sa inyong pagtatapos. Hinahangad ko ang inyong tagumpay. Mabuhay kayo.
Okay, thank you.
Papuri at pagpupugay para sa mga magsisitapos. Despite being confined in your respective homes for the duration of the school year, you all prove that creative and disciplined minds cannot be contained. Congratulations sa inyong lahat, lalong-lalo na sa aking mga ideas.
To all the College of Fine Arts graduates of 2021, shine your light and lead the way. Find your strengths and passions because you have so much to live, to love, and to give. Mabuhay ang mga scholars ng bayan. Mabuhay sa inyong lahat.
Sanglibong pagbati sa mga magsisipagtapos ng 2020-2021. Mabuhay kayong lahat.
Maligayang pagbati sa mga scholar ng bayan na nagtatapos ngayon. Isang karangalan ng maging bahagi ng inyong paglalakbay. You have done so well. Now go use your powers for good. I am so proud of you. Congratulations.
Pagkilala sa inyong pagpupunyagi, patuloy na maglingkod sa bayan. Padayon, iskolar ng bayan.
Pagbati at pagpugay sa mga artista ng bayan na nagtatapos ngayong 2021.
Congratulations sa graduating class ng 2020.
Isang maalab at mapagpalayang pagbati sa mga magsisipagtapos ngayong 2021.
Pagbati sa mga magsisipagtapos ngayong 2021. Padayon, mga artista ng bayan.
Warmest congratulations to all the graduates for this year.
Maging liwanag sa gitna ng dilim. Padayon at mabuhay ang mga eskolar at artista ng bayan.
Pagpugay sa mga nagsipagtapos, mabuhay kayo.
Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Binabati ko ngayon ang mga bagong mag-graduate na mga estudyante mula sa ating kolehiyo at ang aking dasal ay maging matagumpay kayo pag ngayong natapos na kayo at susuungin nyo ng buong sipag at buong puso ang inyong haharapin. Mabuhay kayong lahat. Congratulations.
To our Chancellor, Dr. Fidel R. Nanenzo, to our Dean, Professor Mitzi Marie Aguilar Reyes, to our esteemed guest of honor, Professor Emeritus Dr. Michael L. Tan, to our beloved professors, administrators, and staff of the College of Fine Arts, to the friends and family here with us today, and to the graduating class of the College of Fine Arts 2021, good afternoon. I would like to start by congratulating my fellow graduates. Woo! Yay! We did it! Woo! Congrats! I feel extremely humbled to be here, speaking to and on behalf of my incredible batchmates. I live a life of privilege, and I owe much of where I am today to it. It is because of this privilege that I am able to continue and finish schooling amidst the global pandemic and now speak from the safety of my bedroom. We are the first batch of students to complete a full academic year from home. The first batch of graduates to complete thesis without having physically met our advisors even once. And while we often celebrate firsts, these are ones that are as regrettable as they are triumphal. The pandemic and pandemic response have robbed us of our final years in university, among other things. However, if there is at least one thing that I've gained from this unfortunate situation, it would probably be a greater appreciation for little things. Things like feeling the breeze as we walk along the acacia-lined streets of the academic oval. Things like sitting on the FA lobby floor with the cats, or on the new building steps with the dogs. Things like veggie balls, free cuts, working in the FA library, and things like seeing our friends, fellow members of the FA community, some of whom we never had the chance to say goodbye to. These are things that we deeply miss and now understand that we've taken for granted. These are things that we used to pay no mind to, but now realize made all the difference. Things that felt so inconsequential, but ultimately defined our university experience. Graduation season often urges us to go do something great and inspiring, but may we be reminded that little things matter too. In the College of Fine Arts, we are taught about purpose and design. We are taught that every brushstroke, every pixel, every measurement, every detail and decision, no matter how small, holds intent and holds meaning. The state of our nation is turbulent, and striving to make it better often seems unattainable, especially when we feel as helpless and as uncertain as we do now. But it is also now, more than ever, during the hardest of times, when even the smallest acts of kindness and of bravery go a long way. And as artista ng bayan, it is our duty to pay it forward. Magbigay ayon sa kakayahan, kumuha batay sa pangangailangan. These words, written on a piece of cardboard by a bamboo cart in Maginhawa, were shared by none other than a fellow FA graduate. And who could have predicted that such a simple idea would inspire such great change? We give what we can, we do what we can. And though we might feel that it isn't enough or that we aren't enough, if it is done in the service, upliftment, and empowerment of others, it is still worth it. Thank you to the College of Fine Arts for taking care of us these past years, especially to our professors who painstakingly adapted their courses and struggled to carry on teaching us even with the constraints and difficulties of online learning. A big shout out to our beloved non-teaching staff, to our vendors, jeep drivers, printing shop Ate Sinkuyas, to Mang Obet, Mang Dong, Ate Ganda, Ate Maribel, the folks at Start 101, for keeping everything running and ensuring that we can perform in class to the best of our abilities. We wouldn't be here without you. Maraming salamat po. To our families, both those by blood and those that we choose, for their unending patience and support. And to you, batchmates, for your friendship and for being positive influences in no small way. Now, I wish I could impart words of wisdom, but I won't pretend that I know any more about what's to come than you do. That said, even in times of struggle, we see that there are undoubtedly good people out there, and that is the very least that we can do. Be kind to one another. Whether it be good times or bad times ahead, we can always count on little things. Acts of service, our communities, to remind us that there is still good in the world we live in and that it will always be worth fighting for. Tuloy lang ang laban, kapit lang, kaya natin to, padayon. Again, congratulations to us all. Stay safe, stay connected, at mabuhay ang mga artista ng bayan.
Dito po nagtatapos ang ating programa ngayong hapon. Inaanyayahan ng lahat na dumalo sa pangkalahatang pagdiriwang ng pagtatapos bukas, Hulyo 25, 2021 sa ganap na alas 4 ng hapon. Sa ngalan ng mga bumubuo ng Komite sa Pagtatapos, ako po muli si Jose Manuel Liwag Sikat. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagdalo sa virtual na ika-31 Tanglaw ng Sining.
Mapulang araw sa mga kapwa ko magsisipagtapos. Ngayong araw ay magsisipagtapos tayo ng pag-aaral mula sa ating pinakamamahal na kolehiyo. Ngunit hindi natatapos sa araw na ito ang tungkulin at mithiin natin bilang mga artista ng bayan. Sapagkat tanda rin ang araw na ito ng kinabukasang walang katiyakan sa ilalim ng isang mapaniil at pasistang rehimen. Madilim at nakakatakot ang hinaharap para sa mga artistang lumilikha ng sining, ng obra, ng bukas. Ng bukas na malaya at mapagpalaya. Dahil sa mata ng teroristang rehimen at sa bisa ng terror law, tayo ang kaaway. Bagamat tayo ay nagsisipagtapos ngayon, tanda rin ang araw na ito na mas madaming mag-aaral na nahihirapan sa remote learning, habang dumarami rin ang hindi na kailanman makakapagtapos. Nagpapatuloy at lumalala ang krisis dahil sa patuloy na pagbibingi-bingihan ng rehimen sa ating mga panawagan. Nahuhuli pa rin ang Pilipinas sa paglutas ng krisis na dulot ng pandemya. Madami ang naghihirap at nagugutom habang nabubusog sa budget ang NTF-ELCAC at ang mga berdugo sa likod nito. Nagpapatuloy ang pag-atake sa mga progresibong grupo at maging mga ordinaryong mamamayan imbes na salutasin ang ugat ng krisis. Ngunit naninindigan tayo na ang araw na ito higit sa ano paman ay tanda ng patuloy ng pakikibaka. Ang araw na ito sa bawat Pilipinong nagugutom, para sa bawat kabataan na nagdurusa sa ilalim ng remote learning, para sa bawat artistang pilit na pinapatahimik, para sa sambayan ng pinili nating paglingkuran. Madilim at nakakatakot man ang hinaharap, tayo ay magpapatuloy. Bilang mga nagsisipagtapos na mga artista ng bayan, patuloy nating gamitin ang ating tinig at mga likha para tumindig at lumaban. Bukasan ang paghihirap sa ilalim ng pasistang rehimen ni Duterte.